Not a safe place right now, sir. Get them weapons ready! We're fast! Let's go now!
Dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Somebody help! Who are you? What do you want? Somebody help! What do you want? Somebody help!
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
It's locked, all right.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Step away, sir.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
That leech is fast!
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I will be...
No.
I'll
Good... Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need a...
I'm afraid.
Oh,
That's easy.
goodbye. I'm quite... Thank...
Good evening. I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
suffering continues.
The daily routine.
Good evening. Please show, of course. It's just drink. Good evening.
Evening.
Do you need...
Don't get...
I'm... Goodbye.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Do you require...
Do you know...
Well... Goodbye.
I'm
Do you need...
Don't be...
Then
I wish...
Thank you for your time. Goody. Do you need other pro... And that... Goodbye. Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move. Good evening.
And good evening.
I located...
I was afraid of...
That's quite as dreadful. Do you realize?
Is this not...
As long as that's all... I want to know about the...
I know I may sound presumptuous.
Self-confidence is essential in...
But you never doubt yourself, Doctor.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really?
Goodbye. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect. Good evening.
I need blood.
I have made inquiries about...
I did not expect him.
There is no hunt, and nobody is searching for you. You're no threat to this hospital, and you have my word you are perfectly safe here.
Your lies demean you, Doctor. Do you really expect me to lower my guard? I know exactly...
I'll...
My poor Jonathan. How are you feeling?
I'm not certain. I've adjusted to my new condition. I'm at ease, but Mary's funeral, it's brought too many feelings to the surface.
If you need a friend, you know that I'm here for you.
Edgar, do you believe in redemption?
You mean forgiveness?
And if we are guilty?
Jonathan, if I may. Whatever.
I must kill.
As a physician?
Have you ever lost...
By the sacred stone.
A close...
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jonathan.
Thank you for your kind...
Yes, Jonathan. If you need a...
Thank you.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be.
Good evening.
Evening.
Soldier.
Not really. Don't think.
Goodbye.
Eric.
Down, my...
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is there...
Read?
Goodbye for now.
Reads me like a book.
Crush the leech, boys! I'll kill it!
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweetie. My guess is they're recruiting for some vengeance.
In the meantime...
Good evening, miss.
Who are you?
As I just told
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any...
I'm not here to collect payment.
Miss Edwina Cox. So...
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
You're quite... I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt. Or...
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of...
You sound like you're thinking...
Take the gravediggers of...
Looting court...
Whatever.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to...
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't.
So you have no idea what...
No one messes...
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that?
Yes, Doctor. Just like...
Can I...
As long as you have money, I'll show you all...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two...
Are you some kind of vigilante?
Something like...
So you're a concerned criminal?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck.
I saw many men like you during the war.
I could kill you for saying that. But...
So, tell me...
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better.
What can you tell?
Things ain't...
Well, you're not doing a very...
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Tell me about the man you...
One of us.
There has...
No, really.
I think you're wrong. Maybe the docks have always been violent, but you can't say the living don't suffer because of it.
And then what? Let the commies and the anarchists rule? Nah. We're the Wet Boot Boys. Our fathers died on these docks and they belong to us.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally.
Yes.
I'm Dyson.
Inebriate?
Yes.
Take...
Hey.
What do you... Why do you drink?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am, Doc.
Don't you
I'd love...
Is there any...
How dare you say such a thing?
No reason...
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood.
Why are you so...
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were
No, sir. I was an anarchist.
Do you really?
No.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my...
Do you still see your
No.
Do you believe...
I do not believe him.
Goodbye.
Must have solved one.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
You remember me?
Of course I did.
Thank you.
I'm...
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see. So you get...
Something like that.
You're some...
I'm only poor...
Since I'm here...
Perhaps, Doctor. Peace.
How could a physician... I have... Doctors aren't immune.
Oh, thank you.
Goodbye. Evening, miss.
Well,
I'm much more myself than when we first met.
Welcome back to the
What can you tell me?
People don't...
You look...
This is a bad...
So you and your friends all feel in danger?
Tom's the only exception I've come across until...
This place seems... How shall I put it?
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered.
So this bar is...
Yeah.
Your boss?
Yeah.
Excuse my curiosity, but... Where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion.
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it, neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant.
Goodbye, Miss Kemp.
Put a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Don't forget to count each bullet you fire.
You told me that already.
Nice shot. You learn quickly. Pointing an empty gun could be a fatal mistake.
It's easier when I picture the bastard's face.
You again.
I know you're looking.
It's just enough.
Goodbye.
Foolish girl when never fit the principal. She's got no idea who she's being.
It's locked.
Hello, boy.
Did I scare?
No.
Well, I won't.
My name is Ruth.
What can you tell me?
It's all about...
Why do
they call me Ruth?
Have you ever... What do you do?
I listen to the news.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work. What with my...
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family? So you have...
No.
You should be careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
I've known worse.
Why do you think...
I can't say.
So long.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Why?
I work at the...
Oh.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Please don't stay too long, sir.
It's locked.
Those grill eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
How is life around here?
Life is all...
Do you think...
Don't know.
Violet...
And self...
May I...
Since...
Did your...
Oh no.
How do you...
My...
Goodbye. This is a slaughterhouse. It's locked, all right. From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. What is this doing here? Who are these people? It's locked. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I was just being polite.
Don't like questions.
What can you
A shit up.
Are you think?
No.
Is there...
Well.
Do you require... I don't...
And is it your...
I have retrieved the gift.
Great. Give it here then and take this for...
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishman.
Ah, so that's where I left it.
As a man of science, I'd like...
Why does there need to be a reason?
You're not a mindless animal.
Could be right, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them?
Why should there be? They just kept...
You feel nothing.
You seem pretty calm yourself.
We're not talking about...
That right? Well, our calm's the only...
How many?
It's not like I...
Did you take...
I take no place.
This
I...
Don't you...
No.
What?
I understand. Do you think my mum...
I don't believe death is the approach.
There is no law around here.
What?
A shit.
What's your...
I take it.
Some...
I just want...
Goodbye, Mr.